toe like Okay. No, that feels too high to drop it low. You got to hold on to drop it low, yeah. Now y'all remember this, right? Okay, y'all better sing it with it. Come on, let's go.
Before you turn off, yes. If you I drunk all of it.
Sing it, y'all.
Because I've been enjoying myself. So don't turn up the lights unless you
know how to sing. Oh.
you hear what I'm saying. 'Cause don't.
The last thing I'll ever say about Coachella is you do not need to be going if you are poor. If you are not getting paid to be there, or if you do not have an abundance amount of money, you're going to suffer. If you're poor, save up your money for Rolling Loud tickets, Lollapalooza, Lyrical Lemonade, or a concert of your choice, but you're going to suffer.
I hate to be a complaining ass bitch, and I've tried to be positive this whole time, but it is fucking crazy how unorganized this place is. There are no workers in sight, and the ones that I do get a hold of can't even tell me where the fucking toilets are at all. And it's like, okay, first world problems, but you know, you pay a lot of money. Alright guys, here's an update about Coachella. It's 3:58 p.m. Finally made it past security. As reference, we got here at 5 a.m., 5:30, but we got in line with our friends who had been here since 3 a.m., so we were far in the line. Apparently, they have hired some new company, and the campsite is free for all, so it's not assigned. Usually when you get into security, they usher you to different lots. Once that lot is filled, then they move to the next lot. Apparently, people are just parking wherever the hell they want to. There's no direction. So it's literally a clusterfuck. Like, it's crazy.
Coachella it literal hell. If you chose not to go, congrats, you officially avoided all this disasters. You didn't have to sit in car lines for 12 hours to get into the campgrounds and crap in the shrubs like feral animals. You didn't camp in 101-degree weather and have to wait hours in line every single day just to take like a 5-minute shower. You didn't have to crash in your tent after a full day on your feet just to get no sleep thanks to non-stop 4 a.m. music drops. You didn't have to suffer through overpriced food that somehow still doesn't taste that good, such as spending $60 on 2 burritos and 2 drinks, or $12 to $13 for an iced coffee. If you say you'd never camp at Coachella, better check if your bank account can handle a $2,000 a night Airbnb.
The shower situation at Coachella is awful. You will have to wait hours in line every single day just to take like a 5-minute shower. And people on TikTok are always posting videos saying that most attendees don't even clean up after themselves, so you just feel dirty the whole time. Ironically, for some reason, the crowd at Coachella is always super dead. Like, if you look around, it's almost like no one is singing or dancing along to the music, and everyone just has their phone out and is recording silently. In fact, a few years ago when Tyler, the Creator, was performing, he walked out onto the Coachella stage and started yelling at the audience for being so boring. Pretty much a situation like this happens every single year because everyone is just there for one reason, to take pictures.
Coachella hadn't even started yet and there's already problems with some people calling it literal hell. If you couldn't afford Coachella or skipped it this year, you know, this might make you feel a little lucky because some people were waiting up to 12 hours to get into the campgrounds day before the festival even started. The official site said that it would open at 9 a.m. on Thursday, but according to the people that have gone to Coachella every year, that is not true. Coachella veteran named Haley Maxwell gave us all the tea that has been going down in this article right here. She said this was the worst it's ever been. Usually open the gates around 3:15 to 3:30 a.m. every year, which is why people get in line early. We're usually at the campsite before sunrise. This year we weren't even at the security checkpoint yet after 9 hours. She also said that there was no traffic control, poor signage, and people were completely lost. She said it took us 4 hours to move half a mile, and other fans had it just as bad.
We're on hour 8 of being in line for the fucking Coachella camping. We can't drink water. They won't let us into any of the bathrooms. No bathrooms except for the staff, and the staff won't let us in. Starving, but we don't want to eat because if we eat, apparently people ahead of us were shitting in the bushes. And the cops were called, so that stopped the fucking line for another half an hour because people are shitting themselves in the bushes, so we can't eat.
I want to hold your hand with a napkin doused in rubbing alcohol when I say this. Coachella is not the flex you all think it is. It just isn't it. I just saw a video of a girl who said that she's been sitting in her car 30 hours. She got up extra early to come wait in line so she can secure her spot at Coachella. Not to mention, she preferenced it by saying, this is the most dehumanizing experience she's ever had because she's sitting in a car. She can't use the bathroom. She ain't ate. She says security ain't checked them in. People are getting into accidents. The porta potties don't work, so people are using the bathroom outside, taking shits and piss. People are fighting. They're arguing. And this is a 2-weekend event. I'm just trying to figure out why y'all do this to yourselves and then complain about it. And see, the thing is, the agencies that create these types of concerts and stuff, like Coachella, first of all, every year, Coachella has a horror story. Let's get that out the way. Second of all, they know you all love to flex about attending these types of events, and they know that you're going to go through any great length just to say you did it. It's like the modern day Woodstock. They know you don't care about not having facilities to use the bathroom or not having food to eat or being malnourished during your wait at Coachella. They know you don't care. They know you'll do anything. They know that you'll pain yourselves just to say that you've attended this event.
This year's Coachella was a disaster. First off, many attendees said they spent 12 hours just trying to get into the festival grounds because of traffic. Some were stuck in their cars for an entire day, especially with the temperature hitting 100° Fahrenheit. During the wait, basic necessities were lacking, the biggest issue being the lack of access to restrooms. The extreme heat and lack of water caused frequent problems. As the world's biggest, most famous, and profitable music festival, Coachella usually welcomes up to 125,000 people daily. But this year's new security team seemed completely unprepared for such large crowds, leading to chaotic and disorganized entry processes. What's even harder to accept is how much people paid to attend. General admission tickets cost around $700, and VIP tickets start at 3 times that price. Ticket prices have risen drastically compared to previous years. On top of that, the food at the festival was overpriced and disappointing, with quality worse than what you'd get at a regular buffet. Even a simple iced coffee costs about $20. Shower facilities were also limited, with fans having to wait hours for just a 5-minute shower.
All right, so according to Billboard, okay, 60% of the Coachella attendees, 60% of the Coachella attendees financed their tickets to attend the festival. Let me say that one more time for the slow people all the way in the back. 60% of the people that attended the Coachella disaster, they financed their tickets, meaning that they had to pay through some other means than upfront cash or, any other method that you would use to actually pay for the ticket. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I don't see a problem with that. When there's 60% of y'all that don't even have $1,000 in the bank, then we should probably start looking at this as a problem.
A couple days ago, Hudson, we were talking about Coachella starting off with a 12-hour traffic jam.
So not the greatest of starts for Coachella. Also kind of random. They had Bernie Sanders out.
Yeah, it was an interesting opening weekend.
Yeah, very, very interesting headlines coming out of Coachella. But to me, the most insane headline was this.
More insane than a 12-hour traffic jam.
More insane. This is absolutely crazy to me. 60% of Coachella attendees financed their tickets. As in, put their tickets on a payment plan.
So 60% of people went into debt to get stuck in a 12-hour traffic jam.
Yes. Went into debt to go to Coachella. So
And get heat stroke.
Yeah, literally. So apparently, this was reported by Billboard, and they said more than 60% of concert goers used an installment plan to break up the cost of the $649 general admission ticket into separate payments.
So, let me get this straight. The total disaster that I showed you all at the beginning of this video to give more context to the Coachella experience. The total disaster that was Coachella, most of the people that attended them had to take out payment plans in order to just attend this fucking disaster of a show. And y'all wonder why we are being obliterated in other countries that do not have our stupid ass principles or our hunger and desire to just throw finances away. There's a lot of economists out here that are doing numbers on Trump's tariffs right now and the impact that it's going to have on the economy. I need some economists to do some research on the impact that extremely overpriced concerts have on the people, on the American people. You know what I mean? People that I've seen take out loans and take out actual borrow money to attend a Beyonce concert. This shit is fucking ridiculous. The last concert I went to was a Missy Elliott concert. And let me make it clear, the only reason I went to that concert, and I went with my homeboy, my brother, okay? Known him so long that I call him my brother. But I went with him and his wife. So it was me and my wife, him and his wife. The only reason that I attended that Missy Elliott concert, and I love Missy Elliott, always been a fan from way back, 90s we're talking about. Been following Missy's career. She's a legend in my eyes. Nobody talks shit about Missy Elliott. Not having it. However, the only reason I went to that concert was because my wife actually went out, bought the tickets as a surprise for me in order to take me because she knew that I would enjoy the concert. Now, shout out to my wife. It absolutely turned out to be an amazing concert. Okay, Missy puts on an amazing concert. Busta Rhymes was also there, put on an amazing. Listen, it's probably I'm not gonna say it's the best concert that I've ever seen, but it's definitely it's one or two. Okay, of the top concerts that I've seen in my life. All right, the concert was phenomenal. However, the only reason I went was because my wife bought the tickets as a surprise. I didn't even know she bought them until she said, "Hey, we got a date. We're going to see the Missy Elliott concert with my homeboy and his wife." That was the only way I went, because otherwise, the ticket prices were just too fucking expensive. We're talking about, I believe it was $300 just for starters. That's just for basic. That wasn't floor seats. That wasn't anything. $300, y'all. If y'all know me, I started this channel talking about my frugality and how I believe that we should spend money and how I treat money. I don't treat money as if it's this frivolous thing. To the point to where a lot of my friends have talked about me, about that being to my detriment, because I would rather just save and invest that money versus spending it on something that I feel like I could do without, or on an experience that I feel like I can do without. And a lot of you out there, you might say, well, we only live once, right? You only live once. Why not? Why not? But goddamn, you gonna do that with everything? You gonna use that for a lot of you? This has become your mantra in your life. The you only live once trope. It has become your mantra, and where has it led you? Into financial hell. It's led you into financial hell. Financial ruin for some of y'all. Because you've lived your entire life this way, just blowing money on bullshit all your life. And then you look around when shit hits the fan and wonder where all your money went. Wonder why it is that you're struggling on a day-to-day basis. Wondering why it is that you don't have financial stability. Because you ain't planned for it. Because you spent your whole life talking about I only live once. Okay. There's one life. You want to live like you want to live this way? You want to live poor? You want to live struggling? I'm straight. I'm good. I'm super good on struggling. I'm good on that. Done it before. I never want to go back. But the point of this video was just to show you where Americans' priorities are. Financially, we are fucking cooked. It's no wonder y'all don't understand tariffs. It's no wonder that you don't understand what outsourcing our jobs and sending them overseas actually means for our economy and means for your kids' kids in the future. It's no wonder, because y'all don't know shit about money. Y'all don't give a fuck. Until you have to. Until it's affecting you and it's on your doorstep. Oh, now you want handouts. Now we want now we need a GoFundMe to support your stupid ass decisions that you've made all throughout your life. Now we need somebody to prop you up. God damn. We still asking mama and daddy for help at 50 years old? Shit. At 60 years old, you done went through this whole life not having shit. You don't see a problem with that.
Hear that it's that much. I don't know. Like, I mean, who wants to drop that much all at once? It's a lot of money.
It's an expensive ticket, but you're also adding on an additional cost when you do this installment.
How much does it cost? What's the interest or whatever on it?
I don't know if there's any interest, but it does say that there's an additional service cost of $41 if you do the division up, and they divide it into $50 payments.
So it literally goes from like $649
almost
to
$700. Yeah.
I mean, once you're spending $649 anyways.
What's another $40?
I know, yeah.
And that seems to be what people were thinking, because again, over 60% of general admission ticket buyers did this payment plan. And this also does not include the cost of travel, accommodations, food, drinks, merchandise, people with the crazy outfits. They got to pay for those when they go to Coachella. So, overall, it just seems like a bad financial investment to go to Coachella.
I mean, honestly, that...
Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Let me know if you would buy a ticket to Coachella, y'all. Let me know if you would go ahead and spend that hot $650 to go and attend a concert to hear muffled ass noises over several feet, 100 feet. Y'all let me know. And I'll catch y'all in the next one later.